Hey guys, for those of you that bought the belt system for C2, just again, a couple tips on it. Remember, you can go one 10-footer between the belts. That's easy. You can go two 10-footers. That's going to be hard. And then you can obviously go end to end, like this one, 20 feet of bands, where you just keep the clip on. Anyway, remember, 10 yards is the max I want you to go with two bands. It's plenty hard. There's a lot of drag on these things, but they're strong. Don't be afraid to maybe start with two and then drop one of the bands off if the guy is struggling. So a lot of kids aren't as strong as the other guys, so they might be fine at the start and they're struggling to get to the line. Just take one off and just basically take the carabiner and unclip it. This system, you guys can go safely 20 to 30 yards, no problem. And what I do is make sure the partner snaps that buckle. I want to hear that clip. Check it. Make sure nothing pops off. And then they just stand on the line. Just let them just put their hands on their hips and don't move. But I like to do 5 sets of linear, just sprints, and then come back slowly. Then we'll do back pedals. And then we'll add backpedaling to decelerating, where you let the band pull you hard to the line and then stop. Try to stop within like a 3-yard area. Just put on the brakes. So that's your decelerate. Then you do combo sets, like sprint out and then turn backwards, decelerate, and then back pedal back out. So you can do those combinations. Then we do laterals. So we do lateral pushes. So like full extension of each leg, quick step sideways. Then we do broad jumping. So both leg, teach the broad jump technique. I usually do like 4 to 5 out with two bands, because if you're jumping against two bands, what's happening is you're forced to extend your hip. So you're pushing through your feet more, you're using your calf more, you're extending all the way through because you got to get farther out to that line. So the game I play with these kids is this. If I'm standing on this line and I got to jump to that line, I'm going to say, get there in 2 jumps or 3 jumps. If I want to jump 10 yards, I'm going to say, let's try to get to this line in 2 to 3. And let's try to get to this line in another 2 to 3. So trying to get 10 yards in 5 jumps is extremely difficult. But that's what I like to do. And then you'll start doing your skill stuff too. So you can run a route, you can catch a football, you can play soccer, dribble a ball, pass a ball. And remember, it doesn't have to be linear all the time. You can move out in space. Like you could run 10 yards and then, do an out pattern. You can just angles too, guys. You can do any angle you want. Use your imagination. Have fun with these things. Check for wear and tear on here. The back of this will start to fray. And then we're going to stitch these up more. But just take a lighter, like a grill lighter, and burn that. It's nylon, so it'll melt back together. And make sure that this duct tape, remember I had to reroute these things. So check that. If maybe add some more hockey tape to it, because it can't pull through this. Sometimes young kids, the belt is so light on, it's too big on their hips and it'll slide out. But this should never have to come back through that. Make sure you hear that click when you put them on, because that's the only way it'll come off, is if that's not clipped correctly. So anyway, that's a couple tips on these things. Contact me at c2resistance@gmail.com with any questions.